Oh.
Yeah, the NES Classic only comes with one.
Really?
To buy it separate, but these have been incredibly hard to find. So I only got this like a couple of weeks ago.
Well, even the NES Classic, because like it's all gone, and if you want to buy one on Amazon, it's like $400.
Give yourself some time to warm up.
I haven't played in a while, so I guess I'll go at the low level.
Sure. Low level, low speed. I always play low speed. And then either song is good. Yeah, thank you for hanging out with us all day on the chat. I hope you are entertained.
Yeah, you guys look like you guys are having a lot of fun.
And then you come for like the least fun part. Everybody's just passed out.
Well, you need somebody on the air.
Yeah, that's true. I appreciate you coming by.
I slept, what, like 4.5 hours?
Okay.
At least, like, because of the extra hour, that helped.
Yeah, that did probably help me out as well, as I went to bed around 1 and then woke up at 3:30, so I did get like...
I do probably plan to take a nap once 8 o'clock rolls around, or at least have some breakfast and then take a nap.
Yeah, there's a mattress downstairs. So yeah, let me know when you're ready to battle, otherwise we'll just hang out here and talk.
Oh, this is also my Twitch debut, if that means anything.
Yeah, that does. You could be the next big Twitch streamer, who knows?
But like this whole setup when like it looks like a lot of work. Like the whole production.
Yeah.
And I see you got the lights.
Yep. There's lights, all the consoles, and all the cables on the floor. I should take a picture of that. Just like what it takes to make this work.
Did you raise enough money at least?
Oh yeah.
Well, it looks like you raised $700.
Our original goal was $400, and we hit 420. I think 425 or yeah, 425 by the end of yesterday, and then on the stream we've made like another 300 something. So.
Do you know from who?
Assorted people. Some people made their names public and others did not.
Is that like both Canadian and US currency?
I don't know exactly how they've split it up. Because I know at some point it was only American, and then partway through the campaign they did make it Canadian as well.
Because I know my donation was Canadian, so...
So Janice, since the internet is not familiar, or at least the Twitch world is not familiar with your adventures in games, tell us like your video game origin story. How did you get into video games?
Well, actually, the only consoles I've ever had in my lifetime are the NES and the Sega Genesis.
Okay.
I just, since then, I just haven't really played video games.
That's okay. Everyone
so really, which means I've only played video games as a child.
Okay. I mean, that's a common story among...
And that or I'd come to your house to play video games.
Also a common story.
But, like, my earliest... Like, I don't know if you remember, like, I know that our cousins, John and Jeff, they actually went as far as having you know, the NES had a robot that would shoot at the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember what the if
Yeah,
there
Rob
was
the robot.
the name of the robot. So they had the robot,
Mm-hmm.
and so they're the ones that, because this was even before you even ever had an.
Yep.
Actually, you didn't even have an NES console. You had the family computer,
Mm-hmm.
and so they had the NES console. I remember even going to their house and playing. There was this track and field game,
Mm-hmm.
which included like sprints, like and arm wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Where really all you had to do was press one button on the control and see who was stronger. And I'm trying to think of what other games they had. Of course, that's where I first saw Duck Hunt.
Mm-hmm. Let me just do a quick sound check while we play.
And in terms of family computer, I think
So-
one of the first games I remember you guys had Star Fox.
So hold on. To clarify for those watching on the stream, when she says family computer, more commonly known around here as the Famicom. Famicom, family computer, yeah. And so yes, you were.
Or Famicom.
Yeah, you were saying about Star Fox. Sorry, I broke your train of thought.
That's one of the earliest games. Like I'm talking like this was like before Randy was born.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, well, it was actually the way I got a Sega Genesis console. It wasn't the square one. It was actually the really old rectangular one. It was at our aunt in Texas. I went to go visit her, and she just decided to give me her Sega Genesis console. I actually don't know why she had one, because I don't think I've ever seen her use it. And she had one child at the time that was only like 2 years old. So I'm not sure, still not sure how or why she had a Sega Genesis console.
Mm-hmm.
So she just gave it to me. And I still don't know why they switched over from the rectangular one to the square, which they call the core system.
Mm-hmm. Well, over the course of a console's lifespan, they oftentimes revise the hardware to make it cheaper to make, and that's how they're able to bring the price down. And so yeah, as the Sega Genesis got older, they switched to that model in order to make it cheaper. And they tweak some stuff here and there. Not so much that it makes the games run better per se, but
Well, and also when my aunt gave the Sega Genesis console to me, it had the very first Sonic the Hedgehog game,
yep.
and so that's really the only game I played. And then that's when our cousins Ellis also got a Sega Genesis, and then our cousin Derry, who got a Sega Genesis as well, and so I just borrow their games.
Yeah, you guys were all very pro Sega at the time. Just putting my phone there. I've got the dashboard here, so I'm not having to look at the screen to see if anyone's on the chat or anything.
And
like
even
that.
the NES, it wasn't so much just gamers, it was like for everyone.
Yeah, at the time, like understanding the history of video games now, at least in North America, the NES had 90% market share.
Like, my parents got so into playing Tetris, like they would spend nights. Both my mom and my dad play Tetris. It was that crazy.
Mm-hmm. I feel like your mom was also into Dr. Mario.
She was.
Because I have I have this memory in my head that at some point I beat the last level of this, which I look at it now and I'm like, I have no idea how I did it, but I feel like I have a memory of your mom only playing the last level all the time and actually doing okay. And like I've never seen her play video games other than
I don't remember
that, but I just remember her being like a wizard at Dr. Mario.
Playing Duck Hunt was really fun. The best part is when when the dog comes on the screen and starts to laugh at you when you miss. Oh crap!
Ooh, that was a big mistake. Oh, okay, you can fix it. Double blue on there. Pull the under.
Well, even yesterday, I was actually thinking about what to wear.
Yeah.
I actually was about ready to go out the door wearing my Toronto Maple Leafs too, but then I figured it's not winter just yet, and wearing it indoors for a couple of hours.
Yeah, it may not have been the most comfortable. I think.
Oh crap! It's okay.
Oh, you're fine. You've got the red coming up, and you can just close this out. Yeah. What you wear on stream can be. Some people think about that a lot. Because yeah, I mean, just like anything with the media, your image matters.
Well, as for the Toronto Maple Leafs, well, hopefully Austin Matthews will be back soon. He just gets hurt all the time. Well, that's what it seems like.
Well, it also seemed like Sidney Crosby got hurt all the time, and they still won multiple Stanley Cups, so...
Oh, yeah, that's true. And, well, I don't own a Kawhi Leonard shirt yet, but...
Yeah, that guy's okay at basketball.
And not to mention the big hands.
Yeah, get well soon, Kawhi. He did hurt his foot in the end of the...
No, but he also said he might play tomorrow.
I've heard questionable, so I guess, yes, he might play. But also he might not.
Well, they just said that he jammed his foot. What does it mean when they say you jam your foot?
I don't know, that can mean all sorts of things. I'm guessing it's just like your foot hits the shoe in a hard way, but doesn't... They didn't say it did any, like, damage. It was just sore. Oh!
It's not like he tweaked his ankle, that's another story.
Hold on, Janice. Games Revolution Inc. Hola! I saw you messaged us last time, like a couple of hours ago. I'm sorry we missed you on the chat. But we're here now. This is my cousin Janice. Yeah, so Game Revolution Inc. is a fellow Twitch streamer from Mexico. Oh, and he streams primarily in Spanish, so I do not understand most of what he is saying, but he also does speak in English, which is cool. I feel like because his stream audience is primarily Spanish, but then he switches to English for me, because it makes me feel special. And I wish I could speak Spanish to him as well. But... So yes, we were talking about jammed feet. It was Kawhi Leonard.
No, but now, you know what, every time I watch him play though, and he falls to the ground, I think, oh no!
Yeah, everyone thinks that. Have you been to a Raptors game yet?
I've been to one. It's just because I had tickets to I had the Charlotte Hornets game, but I couldn't go because I was in Montreal, so I just gave the tickets to my sister. Oh crap. But yeah, only game I've gone to so far this season is against the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
But yeah, Luka Doncic, he has a promising future.
Yeah, for sure.
He's good. I mean, he was their leading scorer that game because you know how Dirk Nowitzki's still out.
Yeah. Game Revolution says, hee hee, you are special. Oh, thank you, man. What was I gonna say?
Oh, and I guess my next game is the New York Knicks on Saturday.
Okay.
Too bad Kristaps Porzingis is still out.
But we knew that, like, at the beginning of this year, he was not going to be back for a while with that type of injury. Games Revolution Inc. Do you have any interest in, or maybe you did, any interest in participating in Extra Life at all, or any sort of marathon charity streams? Give you some time to answer that. We'll go back to talking about basketball. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to go to a game yet. We don't have any tickets right now, but we will probably end up with some at some point. I'm not trying to nudge, wink, wink here.
Oh no, well, I know you didn't go to a game with me last season, so maybe this season. Last time you went to a game with me was 2 seasons ago. We watched the Celtics during Serge Ibaka and PJ Tucker's Raptors.
That was a great game.
Debut.
Just so much hype around Serge Ibaka, and then he played so good in that game. And then he was mostly not good after that. But I think him and JV getting split up has been really good for both of them.
Yeah. They both have been able to at least get playing time, make contributions.
Yes. Also, Game of It. Mexico is Central Time, right?
Well, it depends where you are.
Yeah, it could be Eastern Central. Still, Games Rev, we appreciate you hanging out with us at such an early time. Also, what are you doing up this early in the morning?
Or late at night, whichever. And do they even have standard or daylight savings time in Mexico?
Well, either way, it's still...
Like, it's not worldwide, like I don't know if you know this, it's...
Yeah, not everyone turns their
Fun fact, Canada, the province of Saskatchewan doesn't convert back and forth, and the state of Arizona does not convert back and forth.
Yeah. But yes, odds, like, based on his geographic location, 1 hour or not, it is still not a normal time to be up watching Twitch. So Janice, after watching us, I guess now that you'll have a better idea of what this experience is like doing the marathon gaming thing. Would you be interested in being like more involved next year?
Well, the thing with me is because I'm not really a gamer, to be honest. Like, I've never... Apparently, based on what I'm hearing and seeing, the big games right now are all, like, Overwatch and, oh crap, and, Fortnite.
I mean, you don't have to play any of those. You play what you want to play, and people that want to watch that style of game will watch. There are lots of channels dedicated to retro games, and Games Revolution Inc. plays a lot of old games on his channel, for example. And he
I
has
think
an
if you
audience.
do this again, I think you should incorporate the more moving or active games like the Wii Sports and the Wii Fitness.
Okay, we'll note that.
And the Dance Dance Revolution.
The challenge is the logistics around miking.
It's just so that you
people.
guys are not always like sitting around, vegging on, not vegging, but like sitting on the couch for 24 hours.
Yeah. Doing video for those games is really hard. As you can see, the space here is tight. We're then having to move stuff around. There's wires everywhere. I can't get people to like wear a microphone unless they've got like wireless lapel mics, and that's a whole other thing. So, but it is something I will note for the future. And also just like what people want to play, like motion games are not really in vogue right now, so it can be a tough sell to get people to play those types of games nowadays.
Well, yeah, I guess it's true.
Yeah.
But it's quite the experience coming here at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll admit.
Have you been to this house before?
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
during
For birthday?
your birthday.
Okay. I can't remember who has. I know Ellis hasn't been here
And
yet.
Cairo got scared of Dusty.
Yeah. Oh, there.
And then Dusty also got scared of him too because he kept screaming.
We have one of Cairo's cars here that we have to give back.
He has so many cars. I don't think he's gonna... At least he knows, like, you know, like, the names of Lightning McQueen. Apparently he was Lightning McQueen for Halloween. This is just it's my 2-year-old nephew.
Yeah, a picture of Cairo has ended up on this stream at least once.
He hasn't discovered video games just yet, but... I'm sure he will in due time.
There you go, you're crushing it right now. So what would you say are your favorite video games?
Well, Tetris has to be up there. I mean, I like Street Fighter, I'm just not that good at more of the intricate fighting moves.
No worries.
As opposed to Chun-Li just like doing like her regular thrashing punch.
Oh. That's a 5 AM move right there.
I don't know if I have an actual favorite video game.
Okay.
I was so disappointed. I downloaded this game on Android on my phone.
Yep.
But as the levels went up, you know how typically as the levels go up, there's more and more viruses.
The game gets harder to play.
No, actually, in the app, the game gets easier to play.
Okay.
And I was disappointed by that. I ended up deleting the app. Oh, I don't know where to put this, so I'll just leave that there for now. I don't know where to put some of these viruses.
Yeah, that's the tough thing about Dr. Mario. I've talked about this a few times because Rachel from Double Jump, she's actually Jenna's age, and she didn't really start playing video games like seriously till like the Nintendo 64. But they have an NES Classic like this, and she was streaming Dr. Mario for the first time ever a couple weeks ago, and it got me thinking about the pace of play of this game, and I think the big thing, like I like Dr. Mario, I think it's a good game, but I think why it's not my favorite puzzle game is because I find very early on you're not going to get the right pieces, and you're going to have to like stick them in weird spots, but then at a certain point you're then going to have to like clear all of those out eventually. And so it's like, you make these handful of good moves, and then you're spending the next 10 to 20 minutes cleaning up your older mistakes. And that part of Dr. Mario is not my favorite.
Oh, crap.
It's interesting, like the whole puzzle games, like they don't really make this style of game anymore for a video game like a dedicated video game machine. Games of this style are like almost
Well,
primarily...
have you ever seen a puzzle game on Xbox?
Oh yeah, they have puzzle games on Xbox. It's just that the audience and the market for this style of game is on the phone at this point. I think the big problem is, like, before you could, like, brand new copy of Tetris was the same price as anything else on the marketplace. Super Mario Brothers, whatever. Like, technically speaking, the technology required to make that game is about the same. More or less. The challenge now is that these games aren't as hard to make. I'm using quotations here. There's not as much going on in these games, so that when you get a Call of Duty with 3D graphics and 100 players in playing one instance of a multiplayer game versus a Dr. Mario, which is you playing by yourself and matching the colors, you can't sell Dr. Mario at the same price as Call of Duty. So, and also just the audience for this style of game is probably, it's older and more likely playing on a phone. Because yeah, there's a Tetris on the Switch. It's Puyo Puyo Tetris. I don't know if you've ever played Puyo Puyo. It's sort of like Columns.
Oh.
On the Sega Genesis. But it does have regular Tetris on it as well.
Well, I remember Columns on Sega Genesis.
Yeah, that was a good game.
I always had that game. You know, I didn't see any Gengar raids.
Oh, okay. I totally blanked. After we talked about it on stream, I totally forgot about that. So I did not get a shiny Gengar or any of those special moves. Oh, we should trade Pokemon at some point as well. Before you go.
Do they have, like, world rankings as to Pokemon Go?
Like, world rankings in terms of, like, most Pokemon caught or stuff like that?
Or XP?
Oh, there's not, like, an official one, but, it's pretty well known who the one player is that has the most XP in the world.
Who's that?
His name is Brandon Tom, and he's from... Oh, jeez, Singapore? It is an Asian country. Last I saw, he had enough XP to hit level 40 15 times.
Oh.
And so yeah, I'm probably the most hardcore player in my circle of friends, and I have just enough.
I know that you're the most hardcore player I know.
And I've hit level 40 one time, and I play Pokemon Go every single day. And I use the Go Plus to catch Pokemon just as I'm walking to and from work. And he's played it he's gotten at least 15 times more XP than me, and he's probably even higher than that now. I saw a mini documentary on him and how he plays, and it's crazy. Multiple devices. He's got multiple accounts going. Go Plus. He raids. What is it? At least like 50 times a day.
50 times a day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have time for that.
Well, according to the unofficial records, there's a group of raiders in Toronto that set the world record for like most raids in a day. I think most level 5 raids in a day. They did like over 120.
Oh, but how do you get all the raid passes for that?
You buy them.
Yeah, because you only get one free raid pass a day.
Yeah. You buy them or you get them as part of the, like...
What's the biggest raid crowd? How many, like, approximately how many people is the biggest raid crowd you've seen?
Hundreds.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I haven't done that many raids, so the biggest raid crowd I've seen is like 30 people, and that's just, like, on my street.
Yeah, downtown, for, like, big ones like Me Too and stuff, you'll see tons. The one off the top of my head I can think of was a Ho-Oh raid when Ho-Oh came back. It wasn't the first time. And we were at Vaughan Mills Mall. And...
Oh, I think I'm done.
Yeah, you got torched on that.
I know.
I think on that... No, it was a different trip to Vaughan Mills. A Dragonite spawned while we were there. And I think we were shopping at the other end of the mall, and then it came up on the sightings, and I'm like, Steph, we have to go. And she was still busy shopping, so I took her phone, and I ran out there, and there was just dozens of people standing in the parking lot trying to catch this Dragonite. Oh, there you go, you're fine. I mean, this situation is not great. If you can take out those 3 red, you'll be alright. Who is your favorite Pokemon?
Well, there's so many Pokemon now.
Yeah.
I know, I guess in terms of the Kanto Gen 1 region, coughing and wheezing.
Okay. Take out those reds, it'll make it a lot easier for you. Yeah, just get out of the way.
Oh crap!
Oh no! Okay, you can still do it. You can still do it. You just got a gem left as soon as you... Yep. Oh, not like this. Not like this. Oh, I just need that one red.
Oh
No!
no!
Sorry.
Sorry. That was close. I had a chance to make a comeback.
That was very close. And also, please mind the cables and the drinks and stuff. Unfortunately, yeah, very fragile setup here. It's okay. It's okay.
I had a chance to make a comeback, but it's just like, you know, like one sudden move and it's over.
Yep.
What else is good on the Classic? How do I get out of this game?